Hi everyone, Mr. Dowling here again. I just wanted to do a quick video because a few people seem to have struggled with the first question from today for perspective projection. So I'm going to jump straight into it just to do the setup. So step one is to join the outermost points to the spectator. Once we've that done, we need to bisect this to find a perpendicular point. So open your compass up 2 points, open up slightly more, and create 2 arcs on the inside that will intersect and will give you a bisector. Once we've this done, plain and simple, we're going to use our slide and set squares to make a perpendicular line to this. Now this line will have to touch our bottom point as it does here. So we're going to call this the picture plane. Next, I want to do a parallel line to this called the ground line. So I'm going to do this fairly low down to give myself enough room. So I think here will be fine. And it says in the question that the horizon line is 40 mil above the ground line. Okay, so we're going to go up 40, like so, and do another parallel line. Now, we'll label as we go along. So ground line, GL, height line, HL. Next, we need to find 2 vanishing points. So we need to go parallel to these 2 lines. So we need one vertical and one horizontal. To do that, just going to measure up, and from S, the spectator, we're going to go vertical, and we are going to go horizontal. Both of these points will touch the picture plane. Here and here. Once we have these, we're just going to go perpendicular until they touch the height line. Now, what we found here, 2 points, VP1 and VP2. That's the setup for a question done. Okay. Next, we need to bring down all of our points. So we have 1 and 2 brought down. Third one is on the picture plane. So I'm going to work with the front of the shape first. And bring them down. So once they cross the picture plane, as it does here, and it does here, same with these, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We're going to bring them down perpendicular to your ground line. Now from here on out, things will get slightly messy, so it's important to do these all light lines. I'm doing it a little bit darker just to show you how it's done and make sure you can see it in the video, but on your page it's all going to be light. So this is our lowest point, so we're going to use this as it crosses the picture plane here, follow it down. This is our bottom point. Connect this to VP1 and VP2. Now I know that the edge of the shape is out here, so follow this back to where it touches the picture plane and down. This is the edge of the shape here, and the other edge here. Perfect. So we're going to work with heights next. You should remember that in class today I mentioned that we're going to take the heights from the elevation. So we have height 1, height 2, and height 3. So I'm going to just use my compass, plot the heights always from the middle line. Height 1, height 2, finally height 3. Okay, just going to label these 1, 2, 3. And what I'm going to do is connect these back to the vanishing points. Okay, again, this is all light because a lot of this is going to be erased by the time you finish. Finally, height 3. Okay, now we can start drawing in heavy lines. So we can see that it's the stairs. This one is going to stay. And this one's going to stay. We know that our back height, height 3, is from this bottom corner, corresponding, moving down from here. So height 3 joins to this point. That's going to stay. Now we know that the top height that we're going to be using for height 3 is the same as this point. Translate down, follow it along, and it's going to end here. So we found this point, we need to find this point now. That's the same as height 2 along the same line. So we're just going to go down until we hit height 2. There's another point done. So we need to find now this point, which we already have, follow it down, it's here. And we can skip ahead, go straight down for height 1, that's here. Okay, so I have one side of the shape found. So all I'm going to do now, using the lines I've already found, create the front of the object, the end view. Connect this back to vanishing point 2, and connect this point to vanishing point 1. This will give us the square shape for the top of this first level of stairs. Same again, connect back to VP1, draw up to get our second point. Now we have the end view of it, connect back to VP2, connect this point to VP1. We can heavy this in now, and that is the second level of our stairs. Same again, bring it up for height 3 and connect back to VP2. Now, we're not going to see the top just because of the way these vanishing points end out. So this is our finished product. You can see the stairs, very similar to these. I hope this is after helping, and I hope that you see this before class tomorrow on the 19th. Have a look through it and let me know if there's any issues. Thanks.